Welcome, everybody, to the Getaway podcast with Tony and Sean. I am Tony.
Hi, Sean. Why are you so close to your camera today?
I'm all up on it.
Oh my God, it's really close. Do I need to restart and correct your frame?
Nope, because I'm back.
Is that what it is? You are like all up in it. Are you leaning forward?
I was.
You're killing me.
All right, I'll lean back now.
Yeah, okay,
right.
Lean back.
I am back.
Welcome back,
everybody.
Sam. Welcome back.
Oh my goodness, it's been like a whole month, it feels like, man, or close to it. A lot has changed, but a lot is still the same. We're going to go over a lot of different changes, as well as the things that are still the same, because that's what we do. It's good to be back. Love how you guys have held it down since I've been gone. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, I'm glad you're back, man.
I appreciate
it's not quite the same without you. We still get it in, but when somebody's missing from the team, it just ain't right.
That's right. That's right. When Jordan sits out games, when Bron sits out games.
Killing me, man.
Oh, I know it. So what's going on out in California, Sean?
Sunshine tacos, son.
Sunshine and tacos. All right. Ohio, we've had 4 seasons in the last 4 days.
I don't miss it.
It's the same as we always talk about. I think it was 30 or 40 yesterday and rainy day, and yesterday it was about 70 earlier in the week.
Yeah.
So just roll the dice. You get what you're going to get. So
You
things
get
that
what
are
you're gonna get, baby.
That's right. So things that are different.
Yeah.
We have a new president-elect. These are all things since the last time I was on.
So wait, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Did you, ladies and gentlemen, Tony has a habit of performing on the podcast, but not listening to the podcast.
Yes.
So did you not listen to the extended remix version that we did that was an hour and 30 minutes long?
Oh, that's too long for me. That's too long for me.
I told Jeff that last week, man. It was so long, but man, we did 45 minutes of this, what you're getting ready to get into. But I'll let you get your stuff off, man. Go ahead and do your thing.
Well, no, now first, I'm just doing a little rundown of the changes. So since the last time I was on the podcast, we have a new president-elect.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last time I was on the podcast, President Trump has lost the election about 7 times. And it just is what it is.
The record in the courts, he's 2-34 right now.
2-34 right now?
2-34, yeah. He would have gotten fired if he was a college football coach.
Speaking of that, one of the things that's still the same is Michigan's still terrible.
Oh, damn. Okay, Jeff ain't even here to defend himself.
He's not here. So that wasn't a shot at Jeff. That was a shot at the team up north. So, it is what it is. Ohio State is still undefeated. Notre Dame is still undefeated. So things are rolling. Alabama's still undefeated. Clemson's not. Let's see what else is different, man. The NFL is just rolling along. The Pittsburgh Steelers are still undefeated. Let's see what else, man. Gosh, sport-wise.
So you just gonna gloss right over it, huh?
Well, we're gonna definitely come back to it.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
We'll definitely come back to it. Let's see what else, man. Some state champions crowned in football in Ohio.
Yeah,
St. Xavier.
We acknowledged your team. See, look,
yeah, I saw that.
You did see that? You did?
Yes,
so you did listen to the pod, or you watched it?
I listened to certain things,
certain parts.
That's right.
How you skim your own? How you skim your own podcast?
So, congratulations to St. Xavier High School, as you all gave props as well.
Yeah, we gave them claps.
State champions Division 1, 2020. So, big deal. So, the last time they won state was 2016, and did it again this year. They've got, I believe, about 42 juniors on that squad.
Jeez, OB.
They're losing 20-ish seniors. They're not losing their quarterback. Don't believe they're losing their starting running back. They got a lot of kids back. That program is deep, and they should be able to make a deep run again next year. So that was cool to see. What else, man? What else is changed since the last time?
Oh no.
The 5th grade red HHYFC Warriors were defeated in the Super Bowl. My team was defeated in the Super Bowl. They gave a valiant effort, but ran into a buzzsaw in the Xenia Wee Bucks.
Yes.
All props to Xenia.
Yeah.
Those kids were well coached. They came out, and it was a classic case of, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
That's right.
And we got punched early, and we just didn't recover from it. So props to Xenia, and can't wait to play him next year. I'll leave that at that.
Well, I watched the game. I'm supporting my team and my guy and my other guy running quarterback. I support. And like I said on the pod, man, I said, it was kind of like when I watched Stebbins and LaSalle play. You line up and things didn't look quite the same. And then you get a couple of guys who are just really good really good athletes and football players. Mm-hmm. And then it just makes for a long day. Every coach who's coached, and if you say you haven't, every coach has been through that, to where sometimes the other team just has better players, and they make the right plays, and it's just not your day.
Yeah, and the tough one about that game, though, and is the fact that the first time we played them, we won 12-0, and they won on 2 plays, and it was nothing like the championship game.
Yeah.
Wow. To where. Yeah, the championship game, once again, they were very well coached.
Yeah.
I felt like here's the thing, all right, and you know how this is. We scouted pretty hard too. Our kids were pretty prepared. And to say that we didn't call out 95% of the plays in the first half, I mean, that would be an understatement. I mean, we knew everything that was coming, where it was going based on alignment, and just, I tell you, like I said, they came out. It kind of reminds me of in pregame. They had a little chant going, "Want some, come get some."
Oh,
and I'll tell you what, they backed it up. They backed it up, man. It's just one of those things. Like I said, man, our kids got punched in the mouth. I didn't feel like we responded very well. I felt like we were shell shocked.
Yeah.
And it's 10-year-old kids, man, 10, 11-year-old kids. And so the kids had a great year. I thank the parents and the kids for that crazy situation this year, and circumstances and challenges, and those kids really came together and had a great year, had a lot of fun. We were able to keep kids safe.
Right.
And those were the big things for us. Very, very proud. I could not have been prouder of them, even with a win in that game, based on everything, based on where they started and where they ended. Right. So,
well, that's what I said on the pod, right? I said they had a great year. Your team was always well prepared. You and your staff, you guys do a great job getting the kids ready. The parents, they're making sure kids are at practice and fed and happy and whatnot. And it's a good year. And even if you get to that level and you lose, you still had a successful season, even through the pandemic, right? If you lose in the Super Bowl, that does not make you losers. And if you don't make it to the Super Bowl at this level, it doesn't make you a loser. It's about the experience and learning and having fun. And I'm sure they had a lot of fun. I remember the chants of, because there were weeks when you guys were doing the chant. What do we want to eat? Elk meat, right?
That's right.
Just like you said, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. And look, they had fun, and they've experienced this multiple years, and they'll never forget these moments. So they're all winners forever. They'll all be winners. I'm proud of them.
And I told those kids, I said, the sun will come out tomorrow.
That's right.
Took a little while. It was a little cloudy, and I'll tell you, we had our first basketball practice the day after the championship game. It off.
And how many of them forgot about the game?
Back in the gym, and there wasn't any mention of it at practice.
That's right.
So
they're kids. Well, you know what? My guess is the coaches probably held on to it longer than the kids did.
Oh, I didn't hold on to it. I'll tell you what. I wasn't even trying to. I never even watched the film.
Right. That's right.
We can move on from that. That's one of those where you just
buried in the backyard.
That's right. That's right. Kids already talking about next year. So I said, hey, and the work in.
I love it.
I love it.
Good for them.
All right, so let's circle back. We're going to talk about let's talk about the election a little bit. The election was crazy. I was one of those who stayed up late every night with no changes for 4 or 5 nights in a row. I felt like regardless of who you supported, it had you on the edge of your seat the entire time. And it was just very interesting, kind of seeing the dynamics of 4 years ago and the support and where it was. And I love the breakdowns some of these, these folks do in coverage,
Yeah.
breaking down counties and breaking down past voting, breaking down where it's at now. And it's just really, it's very insightful,
Yeah.
regardless of who you support.
All right.
So enjoyed that. For those whose candidate looks like they will be the president going forward come the inauguration in January.
Yeah.
Those, hey, congratulations. And for those who didn't get what they may have wanted, hopefully the most important things remain the most important things, and that is the country and getting out of the funk that we are in as a country, because it is a deep one. And the reality of it is, though, we've talked about this, Sean, over and over. I don't care who's in office. We still got a lot of issues we got to deal with.
Yeah.
However, I feel like personally, when the person in office speaks positivity, speaks unity, at least puts an effort to make those things conversation and not rhetoric that continues to divide, I feel like you're in the right direction. You're headed in the right direction when that's the case. So we'll see.
Get it off your chest.
That's it.
You get it all out your system.
That's it. What you want me to do? Get up on my bar and dance?
Oh no, I'm just saying. Are you done? Because you didn't get the chance You didn't get a chance to get it all out.
I think
what's done is done.
What's done is done. What remains to be seen remains to be seen.
Which is what?
It is not. Well, there's a lot of things that remain to be seen.
Well, I mean, like, let's look. Can we stop with the courts? I think tomorrow's the last day, right? Monday's the cutoff day.
Is it
for because they're going to certify Monday, and that's what they're trying to. They're trying to get in between Monday and the certification, and flip. I guess there's what I saw in the news was there's four representatives. It's 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans in Michigan, and they're the ones who are doing the ones to make a certification. And if it get if the vote is tied, there's 2 things that can happen. The governor of Michigan can make that decision.
Okay.
Or they can go to the courts. And the court, you see the record.
Right. The courts have already
see the record. So,
spoken in most cases, right?
I would like to get on with it. Like, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the transition. Let's move. Look, you lost, and you can still run in 4 years. Right? No one's stopping you. No one's saying don't run. Now, you might have to deal with some issues between now and then. With the law. But let's get on with it, right? Let's move on with the next step. Let's get the transition going so he can get so the president-elect and vice president-elect can get up to speed on briefings on security, national security, across the world, and COVID response and all that stuff. We got stuff to do.
Because ultimately that benefits the country.
It's about us. It ain't about that. That's the problem, man. The spotlight off your butt. Let's go. I'm done. They got an hour and a half out of me. They don't need no more from me.
That's right. They don't need more from me either. So.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving week, man.
Yes.
You got your bird?
Yeah. No. We're not cooking a bird, man. We do it with her mother.
Yeah.
Pairs the birds. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I got my bird. It's in the we took it out yesterday and put it in the refrigerator so it can start to thaw. We're gonna fry that bad boy up.
Okay. Okay.
Thanksgiving edition, dog.
That's what's up.
Huh? So I real quick, because it's my favorite holiday because it's family and friends, even though I'm in Cali, but I have new family, new friends here. Right? So my things, just some things that I was jotting down at work because I had some free time. And I wanted to get your opinion on. If you had a choice on the bird and how it's prepared, fried or baked. We're keeping it light today, right? We went heavy. I'm keeping it light right now. I'm lightening the mood.
I had never had a fried turkey until I got married,
Yeah.
and that's how her stepdad prepares the turkeys.
Right.
So that was interesting to me. I've grown to like it a lot.
Yes.
Um,
I can't go
that
back.
being really, I haven't gone back. I feel like I could, but there's nothing pushing me in that direction. I'm good with the fried turkey.
The first time I fried a bird, there was nothing left that day. Usually there's leftovers for a week. You're making sandwiches and casseroles. There was nothing left. I can't go back. Peanut oil injected with your butters and seasonings and all that stuff. I can't go back. All right, man. Hey, cranberry jelly or the berries? You know, in the can, or you want like the real berries in the cranberries?
You know what? I just do the can.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way. Okay, what's your favorite pie? Apple or pumpkin?
Apple.
Okay, good. You don't do yams or sweet potatoes, do you?
No, negative.
I shouldn't have listed that. Have you ever had green bean casserole?
I have. The family makes that.
Do you like it?
I usually don't put a spoonful on my plate.
I don't like it either. Okay.
I just pass over that one. And the excuse I give is I don't have any room.
Let me tell you something.
Room.
It is the most bland, uneventful dish on the table, in my opinion.
Well, I will tell you this. I like green beans.
Right.
Depending on how they're made.
Right.
I like Italian cut green beans with Italian dressing.
Italian dressing. Is it an Italian cut? How's that cut?
Yes.
There's a French,
yes,
right?
It's a French cut. I'm sorry, not Italian cut. French cut.
Hey, man.
My bad.
He's making green bean noodles.
But no, definitely I cook that in Italian dressing.
Okay.
And that's very good.
Flavor.
We just had that. Yeah, I had that the other night. So I can say that her mother's green bean casserole is not bland. It doesn't taste bad. It really doesn't taste bad. It's just one of the things that just like the fruit salad. I don't do the fruit salad on the table. I just don't. Those are the two things I just don't do. So
I feel it.
Neither one of them are bad. Neither one of them are bad.
I'm just not a fan.
Right?
Stuffing or mashed potatoes?
Ooh, well, I'll tell you, I like them both. But you got to, and she makes two types of stuffing.
Okay.
She makes the stuffing with like the mushrooms and everything else in it. And then for my son and I, she makes stovetop. Stovetop is among my favorite dishes at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Stovetop, and then I put the gravy on top. Mess it up.
Okay.
I'm in heaven.
I like my stovetop with a little broth in it. It can be chicken or turkey. To add a little more another layer of flavor.
Okay.
I don't like the homemade stuffing, and I don't with breadcrumbs, and I'm not big on that one.
That's what I don't do a lot of. I may get a little bit of it on my plate.
Right.
But where I live in the realm of stovetop.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean. Tony is back.
I'm back.
Hit that subscribe button right up there.
Yes.
Yeah. When you go to the YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, engage with us. We'd love it if you did that for us. We want to get those numbers up. Yeah, I'm doing something special. Tony doesn't know about it, but I'll tell him after we're done.
It's all good. I look forward to it.
All right, so Thanksgiving edition, man. Like, I was writing down some stuff, and I was like, what am I thankful for? Do I want to do that? Or, I don't know. So I think I'll do thankful for. I'm thankful, obviously, all the regular stuff, family, friends, and all that stuff, your job and whatnot. But I think I'm thankful for not having to deal with snow and ice and cold weather.
Okay.
That's my big thankful. That's my big thankful for thing this year. I'm keeping it like
all right. What am I thankful for? Outside of the norm.
Right.
Clearly family, health.
Okay.
Dealing with, last month, dealing with a little bit of a health issue with the surgery and being down a little bit. Very very thankful that I'm up and around.
Yeah.
And also thankful, you just kind of circle back to we have it a lot better than a lot of folks.
That's right.
And so I try to keep that in perspective, regardless of what I'm going through. Thankful for my job. Thankful that it provides financially. Thankful for wisdom and discernment that, quite frankly, comes with age and experience. Because I think that along with those other things that we're mentioning, when you can add that in, that's when you can truly, that's when really the blessings, I think, present themselves. So thankful for that. And just so much, man. So much to be thankful for. Like I said, we got a lot better than a lot of folks. And so during this time, it's great to reflect on that.
That's it. That's what it's all about. Like I'm big on Thanksgiving now because your parents get older, your siblings get older, and for a while there we went on a stretch where we didn't have like Thanksgiving, and I was pushing for it before I moved out here, and then I for about 2 or 3 years we finally were getting it together on a normal basis, and then I moved out here, so now I can't do it, but I got to do it with now I'm doing it with my Mexican family. It's half American style, half Mexican style. With the foods and all that stuff. And let me tell you something, they do some different stuff. It's good, but it's different. I've never had it before, so I've experienced a lot since I've been out here.
Nice.
Huh? Shout out, Mamacita. Good job, baby. All right, man. Let's get into your Buckeyes. Let's talk about your Buckeyes, Tone.
We can do that. We can do that. What you want to talk about, Sean? The undefeated record. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the struggle, dog.
The struggle, the struggles at 4-0. Let's talk about the struggles at 4-0.
First world problems in the college football world.
First world problems.
You struggled against
secondary struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Secondary struggled against a successful pass happy offense.
The dude threw for 400 and something yards, right?
Yes, he was. Yes, he did. He was very impressive. He's been very impressive all year. The reality of it is he's been impressive. The biggest knock on him over the last couple of years has not been his ability. It's been his ability to stay healthy.
Is that right?
And as they've continued to put pieces around him, that is a high-powered offense. When they were able to get him a little bit of time yesterday, you saw what happened. And you couple that with a secondary for Ohio State that, quite frankly, is underperforming.
Getting cooked. They were getting cooked.
Underperforming and maybe a little bit overrated.
Fried or baked.
But I think Victor Norfley, who commented on some things on Facebook yesterday, made some great points.
Come on the show. Come on the show and make them points.
That is when you lose that many players.
Oh my God.
To the league.
That sounds like an excuse.
Guys in?
That sounds like an excuse. Yes, it does. That sounds like an excuse. Because you know what? All off season I hear is 5-star this, 5-star that, boom, boom, boom. 11 Warriors, 5-star, boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden, no. You know what it is? That is coaching, dog. And that ties directly to Jim Harbaugh. Because last week I said he doesn't do a good job recruiting. And I was wrong. He does do a good job recruiting because I think they ranked so many years of the time he's been there 4th in 4- and 5-star recruits. So that means they're not developing guys. Now, Ohio State's got a bunch of 5-star cats sitting on the sidelines and on the field, and they're giving up big plays. That's coaching.
Well, I'm just going to say I don't think Kerry Combs has forgot how to coach.
But it's not the players.
Well, I think there's always room for blame, and I don't think it can sit in one spot.
How many times have you seen that many busted coverages in one game from them?
Well,
I saw a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's coaching.
To me, it resembles 2 years ago. And once again, we talk about if it's coaching, I don't think anybody that was on that staff forgot how to coach, and they're showing that as they've moved on to other places.
2 years ago.
And doing well.
2 years.
Greg Schiano couldn't coach, but now he's got a Rutgers team that's competing.
But he coached before that. He could coach before that because he had Rutgers balling before then.
So that's my point. That's my point. So you coach and you know what you're doing. Then all of a sudden you don't know what you're doing because things don't look right.
Somebody's not developing.
You know what you're doing again.
Somebody's not developing.
Well, I think
you got a bunch of 5-star guys on the field. There's no excuse. Yeah. Just like Harbaugh doesn't have an excuse. And I said last week, Wisconsin's running the offense that he wants to run. And they're beating him up with it.
Yeah.
That's coaching. Develop your guys.
Wisconsin is a well-coached team. It's a good program. And they take the kids that aren't even necessarily the 5 stars.
Right.
But they take the kids that fit what they want to do.
Oh, okay. I'm going to get off you guys. Because you know what? You're allowed to have a blip. You're allowed to have a hiccup.
Yeah.
Indiana is properly ranked, Ryan Turnley. I don't need to give you a specific number. Ohio State was not properly ranked, in my opinion.
I'm going to tell you something. I think that was a very unfair response.
How do you figure?
To a question that was not. I didn't feel like it was a loaded question at all. I was interested to see.
But my point was, I'm not the ranking guy. I made a general statement. Why can't that be absorbed and taken in as just a general statement? Why do I have to be very specific as far as what number they should be? Like, I'm gonna get that right. So if I say they should have been 6 and then next week they come out and they're 5, then I was wrong. Why can't it be a general statement? Like, you know what? This popcorn is good. Does it have to be, well, it's 5-star level good? No, I mean, it's just good. They're general. Generally speaking, they were wrong. When they had them at that spot. That's all I was saying. And I was saying Indiana, because it's a test for Indiana, right? It's a test to go on the road to the shoe and face Ohio State, who's explosive. And I've said it, they're very good. I've said it on here. Death by 1,000 cuts. You look up and it was just like a halftime, right? Indiana has a chance to cut it to 7, and they screw it up. And you look up and it's 28-7 at half. And I posted then, death by 1,000 cuts. You look up and it just exploded on you. So they were tested. They're number 9. They're going on the road. They're facing Ohio State, and they're getting tested. And then for them to come back, make the adjustments, come back, and make it a close game, they are properly ranked where they're at. And for Ohio State to give up that lead and look bad at times, they're not properly ranked. It's all I said. Do I have to give a number? Okay, they're 4.75. That's where they should be ranked. I mean, how am I supposed to give a right number? And then when the rankings come out, then there it is. You were wrong.
Yeah, but I think that all the folks who do the rankings, on these shows, they all give the number that they think. And I think that's all he was asking.
But that's not my job. We have never gone on here and said, okay, average 7.6 yards a carry. We've never done that. We don't do that. It's not my job. Right. We're just talking off the hip. We shooting, we're talking stuff. And I treat it, and then, it should be a compliment. You should take it as a compliment that I'm asking you for your opinion. I'm on here to have fun. I'm not. What's that? How am I a pro?
With all that being said, I think the Buckeyes are also properly ranked, and we shall see.
Okay, let me ask you something.
After 3 more games,
because I posted
where
it.
They're at.
Right. Because look, we're talking about a team that was 3-0 going into it. Mm-hmm. And then there's teams that have played 7 games and might have a loss. Mm-hmm. How are they properly ranked? Because you know what? In my opinion, Florida would give them problems. A&M might give them problems. And I forgot the other team I listed that would give them problems. Yeah. That were ranked below them. Mm-hmm. So how are they properly ranked? See what I'm saying? They've only played 3 games. And they get tested by Indiana at home?
Yeah. I think that all those teams you mentioned could give any of the teams in the top 4 problems. So I don't think that means anybody is not properly ranked in the top 4.
Let me tell you something. Indiana wouldn't do that to Alabama.
Would anybody do that to Alabama?
Indiana wouldn't do that to Clemson.
Would anybody do that to Alabama?
Hold on. Indiana wouldn't do that to Notre Dame.
Hold on a second. Indiana couldn't potentially do that to a Clemson without Lawrence starting.
But he's playing.
Well, he is now.
Yeah.
But as of 2 weeks
ago, your guy
wasn't
sitting on the bench. You didn't have your backup in. Put the starter in.
No.
Put the starter in.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't do that to them. They wouldn't do it to Notre Dame.
Well, hold on a second. Okay.
They wouldn't do it to
Notre Dame. So is Notre Dame properly ranked?
Yes.
They have done what they did
They've been
against
tested.
a Trevor Lawrence led
Trevor Lawrence
team?
less team. Yes.
But would they have done
Oh,
that with Trevor Lawrence playing?
Right. But did you see what they did to their star running back? The fewest yards he's ever had.
Oh, I get that. I get that without the benefit of having at the time the Heisman front runner.
He still had all those weapons on the outside. The dude, that dude still threw for 400 something yards.
But my point is,
so what's the difference?
So what's the difference?
You saying Trevor Lawrence would have thrown for 800?
So when we watch the ACC championship game,
yeah, it's gonna be different.
We just saw a prelude to what that should look like.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence
close game.
Okay.
A close game.
Okay. Hope it's close.
Huh?
Hope it's close.
We'll see.
We shall see.
We see, because you know what? That defense is better than I even expected it to be. I went into the game, honestly, worried. And I didn't care if Trevor Lawrence
played very well that night.
I was worried. And they played better than I expected.
They played better.
And they ran the ball. Look, here the problem.
Score?
I don't know, double overtime. So win by one score. But the issue that Notre Dame has had with these playoff teams is, one, they can't stop the run. When they played Bama in the championship game, it was terrible. When they played Clemson again, it was bad. And finally, they could stop the run. And I'm not talking about stopping an elite runner. I'm talking about physically up front. When you look at the line of scrimmage, they're not getting moved like they were in previous games. Now, those guys up there, they don't care who the quarterback is. The offensive linemen, if it's time to run block, they're going to run block. They don't care who the quarterback is. And they weren't physically moving the defensive linemen. You know, they weren't causing problems for the linebackers to scrape and flow. That was different defensively. And offensively, we could move their D-line.
The fantasy matchup, Ohio State versus Notre Dame. How does that play out? Because and where I'm going with this is, I'll let you know where I'm going with this after we get that on the table. So, Ohio State, explosive offense, running game, which is better than a lot of people give them credit for.
It's getting better.
It's better than a lot of people give them credit for, because it doesn't look like it looked last year. Doesn't mean it's not good. Can't be. So a more than serviceable running game. Okay, I'll put it conservatively.
Okay.
A very explosive passing game. The reality of it is, Justin Fields didn't throw a pick leading into the game, and he had two horrendous throws that you haven't seen him make while he's been at Ohio State. So I don't feel like you forget how to play the position. So I'm not.
Pause that thought. Hold on right there. And because they haven't been tested, Tone. They haven't faced anybody to test them. That Indiana defensive, that is a good defense. And when they were running those shotgun blitzes, both inside backers crossing A gap and then bringing a safety right behind it, they were getting to him. Now, he was shaking off some of those guys, throwing the ball away, making plays. But that was causing the errant throws. Those two picks were errant throws. And look, so he hasn't. 86% completion percentage is not going to last you all year when you play good teams.
I agree with that. But listen, all credit to Indiana. Okay, everything you just said was right.
Right.
Until you gave those plays the credit for the interceptions, because when you go back and watch the game, those were not plays caused by errant throws due to pressure. Those were plays that were bad throws after the pressure had been gotten away from.
Okay, the first one, he slid to the right. He evaded some pressure. The ball kind of got away from it. It floated. It hung inside on him. He wanted to lead that guy up the field more, and the free safety came over and made the play. The second one, he was getting hit. He threw the ball up. What are you talking about?
Who's supposed to throw the ball up as they're getting hit? You eat that. And Urban Meyer said it.
That's a bad throw. Then it's a bad decision. That's what we're talking about. But you're telling me that
everybody on the panel said you eat the ball, you don't throw.
But you're telling me.
That's a bad decision.
But you said there was no heat. That was somebody hitting him.
No.
That was pressure.
No. I'm not saying that the pressure, but here's the deal. In the pressure, he could have held onto the football and not made that terrible throw. That was just a bad decision. You eat the ball. Eat the ball, period.
Well, the ball. There were many times in the game that he had
throw the ball as you are going down from being grabbed.
No doubt. But what I'm telling you is he hasn't faced that all year. Clean pockets all year. Okay, and now you get a little bit of pressure. So You go back and make it an Alabama, a Clemson, and a Notre Dame whose defense might be a little bit better.
Okay.
Now you got him doing it again. He's going through this again. That's what I'm saying.
Once again, how does that game play out with a Notre Dame?
I think it's a close game. I think this Notre Dame team is different. They're look, they are elite as far as they're big. They're back to Notre Dame O linemen, right? They can now run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They were running with this dude, a sophomore running back, and I'm like, how is he getting? I was worried, but then I watched him do it against Clemson. And I'm like, wait a minute, the O line is getting busy. It's a different O line this year. Mm-hmm. They're built different on the offensive and defensive lines. That's the difference, and that's where you don't get steamrolled by Ohio State. Ohio State steamrolls them in the past. Their O line beats them up. They don't. I don't think they do that this year.
I think that's what keeps them in the game, the O-line, and then a defense, clearly, like you mentioned, playing a lot better. I don't think it's from quarterback play because I still don't think that box has been checked when it comes to Notre Dame.
Well, throwing the ball because he's really careful with the ball, right? But you know what the comment was from the Clemson defensive players? He's quicker and shiftier than we expected. Right, so when they went to go make a play on him, that dude slides a little bit to the side, or he breaks loose, and then he's down the field. He can make a shake and make a move. I saw him run the free safety over, and it was nasty. He can run that rock. Now, does he throw it all over? Is it Justin Fields? No. Is it the Matt kid in Alabama? No. It's not Trevor Lawrence. So the problem is they can't afford to get down. I see where you're going, right? Mm-hmm. They can't afford to be down 14-21 against teams like that. But if you can come out and hit them with a one-play Johnson like they did against Clemson and get up 7 early, and then let your defense play a little football, because that's what Brian Kelly did. He said, you know what, at the coin toss, we want the ball and we're going to go down and score. And that gives your defense a little oomph to play. You get a little room for error defensively to play. That's the difference. Because they're not going to get to Clemson and Alabama and the Ohio State kids. They're not getting those guys. They're getting Michigan guys. They're getting Stanford guys. Every now and then you can get one of those elite dudes. Like they got a dude who's on the roster who plays wide receiver. He's the fastest dude on the field whenever they play, but he's got a bad hammy all year. He can't play. That dude's a burner. You could drop him in Ohio State's offense, and he would fit right in with the normal speed of that team. Just saying, man.
Where's Notre Dame ranked right now? Fourth. They're fourth, right? Fourth.
How are they fourth?
What are they ranked?
You tell me.
I don't recall.
They're not fourth.
I don't pay attention to anybody but my squad. What are they ranked? They're ranked?
Huh?
So hopefully, if the college football gods keep it steady, what are we looking at? We're looking at a round 1 matchup, 2 versus 3, right?
I don't know. You guys are going to drop.
2 versus 3.
You guys are going to drop. You know why you're going to drop? You play Illinois, Michigan State, Michigan.
Better stop them.
You better stop them.
You better do what we're supposed to do.
This week, ACC. We
better do what we're supposed to do.
We need to talk about that too this week.
We can talk about that. We can talk about that.
This conference is terrible.
I don't think it's weak.
It's terrible.
It's weak because Wisconsin's not weak.
It's terrible.
Wisconsin's not weak.
They just lost to Northwestern, fool.
It doesn't make them weak.
It is weak.
It doesn't make them weak.
It is weak. You guys just had a semifinal yesterday. Ohio State and Indiana in 1 and 2, and then Northwestern and Wisconsin 1 and 2 in their division.
Northwestern is
showing Northwestern is the
Northwestern showing they can play.
So this is the first time you guys have said Northwestern all year.
Let's be honest. Wisconsin is down to what, their 3rd string quarterback?
I don't know. You know why? Because it's Northwestern. No one pays attention to Northwestern.
How many of their offensive weapons are they missing?
I don't know because no one talks about Northwestern.
I'm talking about Wisconsin.
Your flagship teams are terrible. Michigan State, Penn State, and Wisconsin just took an L. They got a freshman quarterback anyway. And now your flagship, Purdue, they were in the talk too, right? Now it's Maryland.
Last time Purdue played.
They played the other day. They lost to Minnesota.
I don't even remember.
I know.
Honestly,
Ohio State is the only team. The only team. The only team. So don't tell me that the Big Ten is tougher than the ACC. Not this year. Especially not no Dame's in the ACC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Getaway Podcast with Tony and Sean. I am Sean. He is Tony. Welcome back, Tony. Hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Like, share, comment, engage with us. You can find us on all the social media platforms.
So NBA free agency has began.
Oh man,
that's been an interesting watch last couple of days.
It has.
I love NBA agency because the moving and shaking that happens is a given. It's going to happen.
Are you happy about what the Lakers have done?
I am happy that the Lakers are in a position right now after winning a championship, knowing that they're going to get back two of the greatest players in the league, one of which is LeBron, one of which will be Anthony Davis. I'm very excited to see how they reconstruct that, knowing it won't be a full face, a full facelift or full makeover.
Oh, playoff Rondo's gone. Your boy Danny Green's gone. That's your boy.
It's not my boy.
They got Montrezl Harrell though.
Thank you, Danny Green, for your service. We appreciate.
You guys need a shooter. Did they pick up a shooter?
Hold on. We appreciate what you brought to the locker room. We appreciate the pedigree of a championship, a player who had earned a championship and knew what it took to win a championship.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you bringing that to our squad. And we wish you the best of luck.
You ain't right.
And we'll see you a couple times a year.
That's it. That's all.
And that's good enough for me, because I felt like that was something that was a change that needed to happen. Myself, when Mr. Plink and I were on the conference call last week, making our final preparations for free agency signings,
right?
That was a theme of the call. So that one, losing playoff Rondo, I will say this: loved what he brought to the team. Didn't like seeing him go. However, we're in search of that player that's going to be impactful throughout the season as well. Rondo, just with his age and what he's going to give you in his history here recently of injuries, that's just not something that the Lakers could count on. So I think that was definitely one of those deals. Listen, go get paid, man. Yeah. You earned the opportunity to get that last payday, because it's probably his last payday.
His last one. And they picked up Schroeder from OKC, right?
Picking up Schroeder from OKC was a huge pickup. It gives us youth, energy, a scorer, a legitimate number 3 scorer on the roster, and at that position, that's big, that's huge. At the end of the day, man, Caruso played very, very, very well during the season and down the stretch in the playoffs. So I feel like we're rounding out that guard position. With Dwight Howard leaving, but you bring in Montrez. I think that's a good pickup. I don't think he helps you as much defensively against the bigs, but the reality of it is, how many bigs outside of the Joker from Denver, how many bigs are you really having to face? Quality bigs. The game's just changed.
Well, you know what else he does, man? He gives you that work that AD doesn't have to do all on his own.
That's right. That's right.
He's an energy guy. He's an effort guy.
Yep.
So that takes a little bit of the stress off of him. Even LeBron, he doesn't have to go in there and bang and rebound. He can do that work.
That's right. Hey, he's not. Hey, he was 6th man of the year.
He can be their Rodman.
Okay, he can play. Yep. He can play.
Yep.
So no, I'm happy, man. I'm excited. I'm excited with the changes so far.
People are getting paid.
Brought McGee back.
Getting
JaVale
paid.
McGee. Oh, yes, they are.
You see Donovan Mitchell is that his name, Mitchell?
195, was it? 4 years, 195.
Money.
Yikes.
He's OP.
So yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see with some more changes. I'm interested to see if Harden goes out to the East. I'm sure he'd rather go to the East now that he knows he's going to have to deal with what he's dealing with in the West. And let's not write off the Clippers. Clippers are making moves too.
Yeah.
The Clippers are going to be in the conversation again this year. Lakers going to be in the conversation. Milwaukee's going to be in the conversation. So yeah,
Brooklyn.
I mean, Brooklyn's going to be in the conversation, you would think.
Hey,
but
how about LaMelo Ball? Number 3 to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Huh? No, you're not excited about that?
No.
I watched
really.
the show, man. I'm excited. I've been watching that kid since he's a little kid, man.
Not
in high school
really.
playing.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think he'll ever be. I don't think he's going to be that guard.
Really?
No.
Oh, hold on.
No.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna write this down. November 22nd.
Yeah, write that down.
2020. The Melo is not that guard. Okay, got it.
Okay.
How about Stan Van Gundy to the Pelicans, and they're making moves. They got Adams, the big man from OKC.
Good pickup.
Huh?
Good pickup. I did see it looks like Ibaka's going to sign with the Clippers.
Oh,
I think that's a good pickup for them.
yeah.
Some stretch it out a little bit more with the big position.
How about our Dayton guy, Obi Toppin, going to the Knicks?
I was happy, man. I mean he earned it. I'm interested to see how his game translates to the NBA.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, I don't think he's as explosive as Kenyon Martin.
Really?
Kenyon Martin was fierce, man. Kenyon Martin was.
Well, he was fierce, right? Okay, hold on. He was fierce, but he was mean. I think he had an aggression and an anger and a juice to his game.
That's how he played.
Right. So, but you say Obi's not explosive. I watched that dude go between his legs and dunk on a break.
I think Obi's a little more smooth.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a little more refined. I think he's a hell of a play. He's a very good player. I'm excited to see.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think he's going to be a guy. He was a lottery pick, and I don't think he's going to be a lottery. I don't think he's going to be an all-star.
Wow. It's hard to be an all-star, though. It is hard.
It's very hard to be an all-star. Hey, listen, but you know what? From everything I've heard about Obi Toppin, he is a genuinely great person. That's what I hear. Clearly, he's a hard worker, and clearly he's got tools. So I hope I'm wrong.
Great people don't win championships. We need a dog in New York. He's from New York, so he's happy to be home.
But you know what? He may get there, and I hope. Here's the deal. I think there's a better chance for him to be great than Ball.
Ooh. Okay, I'll write this down.
Write that down.
I'm gonna write this down too. Toppin.
You can write that down.
Toppin better than Ball. You hear that? Tony said Obi Toppin's gonna be better than LaMelo Ball. Ever loves the Ball family.
Yeah.
We watch that show, Ball in the Family.
On Facebook there?
Yeah, we watch it.
All right. I've never seen the episode.
I watch it. I like to see him get down. Look, your dude got LaMelo got $100 million deal with Puma, and his dad was salty because he didn't sign with Big Baller Brand.
I saw that.
Shame on him.
Well, that should tell his dad something. I ain't signing with that team if I can't even wear them during the games. Why would I sign with them?
And he got a private jet. He got use of a private jet too.
Now, if Mr. Ball wants to make a flat, I can wear some Gator flats with some of my suits. I'll sign a deal with that. Look good.
Gator flats.
I'm not signing a deal with
Big
Triple B
when
I can't wear them. Ask my brother about that. Ask my brother how that worked out.
What? Did somebody buy some big ballers?
No, Big Brother don't even wear those shoes on the floor, man.
Oh yeah, Zoe, yeah. Yeah. So
Zoe,
the latest episode is Zoe's coming out with his own brand, and
the latest episode is Zoe got voted off of The Masked Singer. That's the latest episode.
Oh, well, we don't watch
this
that.
week.
We don't watch that
this week. I don't really watch it either, but I caught the tail end when my wife was watching it.
All right, so go back to what I was saying about the stupid Masked
Big
Singer.
Loser continues.
He's coming with his own brand. And he's got the hat on, like I guess like a mock-up hat on at his dad's house, and his dad's like, "What's up with that hat?" He's like, now he's got to explain to his dad he's coming out with his own brand, going to compete with Big Baller Brand. Here's my opinion on that. Dad, get out the way. This is not your career. You'll be able to live just fine because your kids are going to take care of you. Get out the way. Quit being mad. Don't split up the family because they're not signed with the triple Bs. Let them guys do their own thing, figure out their own lives, and just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride.
That's right. That's right.
And then the middle boy, he's in the NBA, but he's like G League.
Yeah, he needs to be happy too. Once again, brothers will take care of you.
The brothers will take care of you. You guys are set. Hey, look, you got $100 million, and then you're gonna get your contract. Like, you'll be okay. Everybody's fine. Everybody relax.
Everybody's fine.
Woo-woo. I wish I could play basketball, make it to the NBA, get that guaranteed money. That or baseball. Whew. My God. The cough button for you.
So let's talk NFL for a hot second. Did you see Burrows getting carted off of the field?
I saw the headline. I didn't see the play. After I hurt my knee, I cannot watch those plays, so I don't want to see it.
Here's what I will tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen an update yet because obviously we're doing the podcast.
Right.
The last thing that I was left with was the fact that they really didn't show it too many times. When that's the case, it's usually not good. You know. Okay. So I've been guilty of bashing the Bengals front office, saying how you not going to protect that guy,
right?
Your offensive line is terrible, and how are you not going to protect him, and blah blah blah, protect your investment. But counterpoint to that, wasn't really a lot in free agency to get. He drafted one of the top linemen on the board, and he spent last year on the IR. We feel like we're getting him back, and we drafted him because of him being one of the top on the board. Okay. So you couple it with a very, very dry free agency period time, lineman, and the fact is, so if they draft, clearly they had to draft him early. So if they come back later on and draft an old lineman, what's to say he's even going to be a person that pans out right away? I feel like they were in a tough spot. I feel like the bigger culprit, I hate to say it, is the coaching. Because the reality of it is, if you're going to have that kid throw the ball 45, 50 times a game, knowing that you are playing Russian roulette, I think that's a coach's decision. I don't think that has anything to do with the front office. So it's a tough situation. It's a bad situation. I feel for him. Don't know how serious it is. Hopefully, it's not too terribly serious. The kid showed he's got guts. The kid showed he can play at a very high level. I mean, he was on pace to. I mean, listen. I mean, the only reason he wouldn't make a Pro Bowl is because his team was super terrible. But the numbers he was putting up were Pro Bowl caliber numbers. He was absolutely Rookie of the Year, front runner, and that wasn't even close. You feel for him.
Dog, my counterpoint to that is, just like you said, there's not a lot of options to bring in quality linemen. And at what point do you decide, I'm going to put this cat out there with no protection? And it's a coaching decision, but the thing is, that coach is not going to lose his job this year. I would have done like they did Carson Palmer, and I know the era has changed, but I'd have sat that guy. How many games? No. How many games are you going to win to put you in a position to do what at the expense of what? So now you're paid. Now you're going to pay the price for playing this guy with a subpar offensive line and an average running game and average receivers. Even AJ Green can't get off because they can't get the ball out of his hands because he's getting hit. So at what point do you say, you know what? I'll just let this dude sit on here, and I'll put a vet in there and he'll know to get the ball out. He'll make the read and say, you know what? I need to get it out, and I'm not going to take this hit. Joe's big enough to stand there and young enough. He feels, when you're young, you feel invincible. So I can stand in the pocket. I'll take these hits and I'll be fine. I'll bounce back. But you can't help it when the dude's falling down and hit your knee. I'd have sat the guy. In my opinion, I'd have sat him, clipboard him, and next year he'd have been even better.
Yeah, I think based on what he's shown he could do this year.
But you're not going to win. That's the point.
Yeah,
You're not going to win anyway. So why not sitting down? He can stay healthy, and you can still get a good high pick.
Well, I think you hit on it. That's not the era we're in.
It's
anymore.
terrible. Well, it needs to go back.
That's not how it works.
I like Burrow,
especially when you could see the numbers how well he did play. So basically, what you're saying is it's not a question of whether or not you can do it, son. It's just the fact that we just don't want to put you out there to protect you.
Yes. But no. But we're going to get the same result whether you play or don't. We're still going to get the same result. We see you can play, so we don't have to worry about your development. We know it's there. You'll get those reps in practice, but the result is going to be 2-14 or 1-15, whatever it is.
But
it's the same thing.
Yeah, but here's the problem, man. When you look at it, when you go back to the beginning of the season, you looked at the team. Okay, I'll be honest. I didn't expect them to be 2-8 right now.
I thought they were going to be terrible.
I didn't because here's the deal. This was the first time in the foreseeable past, anybody can remember that Mike Brown actually spent money.
Were they good last year?
All you started seeing were the number of free agents on the defensive side they were signing, and what everybody kept saying was, "Oh my gosh,
were they good last year?
Oh my gosh, they got him." I don't remember what the record was.
They weren't good last year, and guess what? You got guys winning out in the middle of this season, so something's going on. That Dunlap left and went to Seattle, and now he's balling in Seattle. Look, there's other guys who want to go.
Was totally different.
There are other guys who want to leave.
Well, of course, man. When you're 2 and whatever,
well, right.
Want to leave.
So what I'm saying is, you're going to get the same result, but you don't lose your franchise dude who's going to be around possibly for 12 to 15 years, and now he's out. And he's no longer the same. Once you go through that knee thing, man, you are no longer the same. He won't be the same mobile dude that he was before this. You at the expense of what? Getting him some reps? This is akin to the game being 50-0 in the third quarter, and you still got your starters out there and you lose your quarterback. This is stupid. Sitting down, let a vet take those L's. They'll get it out of their hands, and if you need another one, you can go get another one. Sign another. You can go get Fitz Magic. But don't risk your franchise dude for the sake of getting him some reps, because you're going to be terrible anyway. If he sits or if he plays, you're not going to win.
I got you.
It messed it up, man. And I feel bad. I like Joey B.
I agree.
And Warren Sapp, come on the show. Quit playing with me.
I see that. Don't back down either, man.
Yeah.
Back down.
Ain't nobody scared of Warren Sapp.
Ain't that tough.
Hit me up on Twitter, talking that smack.
Ain't that tough. Ain't that tough.
Get on the show then. I'm going to send him this clip. Sapp.
Send him the clip. Man, I tell you what, I loved watching Burgundy and Pewter back then. The battles with the Eagles back in the day in the NFC.
And the Packers.
Boy, I loved watching that.
That competition he had with Brett Favre. He'd sack Brett Favre, and Brett Favre would pop up, and they'd be face mask to face mask. Talking that stuff.
That was a good time of football right there.
Yeah, it was good football.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. It looks like our time is winding down.
Yeah, we're coming to the end.
That time goes so fast. That time goes so fast.
It does.
So fast. But I love being back. I appreciate it. Remember, I'm back. Up in the screen, I'm back.
Why you all up in the video like Diddy?
All up in the video like Diddy. I seriously appreciate it. Love being back, man. Love spending the time with y'all here. Thanksgiving episode. Please, everybody, have a safe Thanksgiving. Have a great Thanksgiving. Spend it with family if you can. If not, just know we all have so much to be thankful for. And just let's do it all again this week. We are going to have a show next week, so we will be food comas and all. We will be preparing to get up here, and Michigan will probably still be bad.
Michigan will
probably still be undefeated.
Hey,
and hopefully we can have Jeff on here to spread some of that love.
And before you wrap it up, where the shirts at, son?
I got them coming.
Okay, good. Also,
we got them coming.
Okay. Also, are we going to change the name? The people want to know. Are we adding Jeff?
Oh,
that's cold. That's cold. Yeah.
Hey,
Jeff.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's all about. Hey, you know what? Jeff is like, I don't care about the name of the show as long as I'm getting that paper.
We got to do something.
Straight cash, homie. Keep his. Hey.
And last but not least, you tell your boy Sean Sims, I need my shirt.
Okay. What's that mean?
My playoff shirt from Stebbins. I'm still waiting on it.
Has the shop have they gotten their deliveries yet?
Okay, Eva got her shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to holler at him
Had
for
it
you,
out,
man.
right. Say
Got you.
words, son.
Word, son. Have a great week, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace out.